What graduate diploma of creative practice do for me? Before the GDCP, my undergraduate major is not illustration but landscape architecture. However, I am fond of illustration, so I want to learn the ability that an illustrator should have through this course. In the past, I had superficial understanding of illustration. At that time, in my eyes, illustration and painting are very similar. I think good illustration is just to draw a picture on a piece of paper carefully, but I neglected that illustration is also a part of design. I didn't think about who the target audience of my works was, whether my works met the needs of the market, and whether I could use emerging materials and media to make my works more in line with the current trend of the times. I was very much in love with the centuries-old traditional illustrations, rather than paying attention to the various forms and possibilities of contemporary illustrations. I used to pay much attention to the performance of the final outcome, but ignored the depth of the research process and various experiments, and my work has always been limited to the fixed shapes and sizes. In addition, I am too purposeful, and the final product of my work often uses ideas that I first thought of, rather than exploring the more possibilities of the works on the same brief. My creative standpoint. If the outward form of the work is not attractive, no one wants to learn more about it. Learn to look at the same thing in different ways, and you'll be amazed at what you find. The interest of works lies in the transformation of ordinary things in life into something impressive and surprising. When designing the composition of your work, keep the image imaginative and creative without confusing people. Remember that illustration, like text, is a means of conveying information, so the first thing is to make the message clear and concise. You will be inspired by works from different areas of expertise. When doing experiments, you are more relaxed, your mind is more divergent. Debate is a very rewarding process in which we can learn more about each other, get more inspiration, develop critical thinking, and practice our ability to impress ourselves. Outside, you will be inspired by both the city and nature. My developing practice. My journey from element to the present is a process of continuously feeling, correcting, improving, facing new challenges, and gradually determining my interest. My advantage is that I like painting very much. My weakness is that I am not skilled in painting, especially not good at drawing characters. I lack practical ability and action power, and I am not used to drawing my mind with a pen when thinking. Like this, we should draw mind map. Then I learned from my classmates to save the time and not to procrastinate. As for my challenge, my spoken English was not good enough to impress myself clearly. Later, I played English broadcast at dinner every day and practiced my presentation before classes. Gradually, my English became more fluent than before. When I was making work, I would first do research and experiments according to the requirements of my teachers. At the beginning, I often didn't know from which aspects to conduct in-depth research, and my research was almost second-hand data. Later, under the guidance and advice of my teachers, I would rethink my theme from multiple perspectives, including the applicability of the theme, the connection between the theme and today's times and real life, and so on. My style of work has changed a lot. For example, this is my early work in PM 6000. And these are my drawings from direct observation in PM 6000. And this is my one-day project in PM 7000. I made these changes based on my teacher's feedback and guidance, as well as the works of my peers. I learned to refine my ideas in a short time, and then present the content of the story in a simple and easy form. Without overthinking and hesitation, the outcome can be unexpectedly nice. Such immediate stuffs will be more vital and dynamic. I also had a lot of aha moments. In the past, when I was designing a composition, I would try to fit all the ideas and elements into one image. The final outcome is often tedious and unclear. Later, I read a lot of illustrators recommended by Matt and Greg, and I suddenly found that it is not true that the more elements in the picture, the more implied meaning. Few elements, limited colors, and appropriate white space can let the audience reflect and provoke their sense of wonder. And such composition has strong sense of design and beauty. The future. In the future, I want to learn how to make interesting and clever pop-up books and make short animations in the postgraduate stage. My ideal career is to be a professional illustrator, able to publish my own picture books. My bigger dream is to participate in the production of documentaries. Children, teenagers, and marine and wildlife lovers are my primary audience. My dream project is the production of illustration or animation with content related to ocean and wildlife. In my opinion, the role of the designer of the future is to find ways to solve real social problems while providing emotional value to people. They are responsible for making the world more convenient and beautiful. In the future, illustration will be more widely used in fashion, game design, film and television multimedia, three-dimensional devices, and other fields. In a word, I have made great progress in the few months since I entered Kingston University. I have benefited a lot from this course.